Okay, now we have guys, we have got the class file created, right? Now we are going to execute it and we are going to understand what happens in the execution. So I'll say Java space name of the class file. So my class file is in this directory. I'll just go inside that here, Java programs, and I have this class file directory class file created here in this. I'll simply mention the name of the class file. So what it will do, it will invoke the JVM. JVM will invoke JIT compiler, the debugger. Now that JIT translator debugger, whatever you call it as, requires the account demo.class file. Now what it will do is it will search for that class file. Now it will search for the class file in this working directory, but our class file is not in there. Our class file is over here, right? So we need to tell it also where is our class file. So we need to set the class path for Java command as well, the way we set the class path for our Java C to get the class files, to know about the symbols, user defined symbols while compilation. In the same way, we have to set the class path to the Java command as well to get the required class file to start the execution. Now it will get the class file, it will read the bytecode, it will fetch the instruction set of the processor, and it will convert your bytecode into the processor's native instruction set which your execution machine is having. That is how Java is portable, right? So it converts the program into the machine instruction set on the execution environment and not on the compilation environment. In case of C sharp also the same thing happens. When you compile the C sharp program, it doesn't get converted into the processor's native instruction set. It gets converted into intermediary language which is called MSIL, Microsoft Intermediary Language. And when you run it using .NET framework, that .NET framework contains one more translator who then translates that MSIL into the processor's native instruction set, right? So this is how we are able to. Now we are not getting any output here because we are not printing anything on the console, but that is fine. We just wanted to understand the execution process because we haven't yet have anything printed here. That's why we are not able to get any output here, right? But that's fine. So I'm just stopping.